Hello, and welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast. It's your boy Day.
And I'm David, and together we're shaking our titties like Kristi Noem's husband. This is Call Me Limbo. Day, are you familiar with Kristi Noem's cross-dressing husband? Which I don't think there's anything
So,
wrong with cross-dressing, but I just think it's funny that
no.
he evidently entered the
So,
world of bimbofication, which should not be a surprise looking at Kristi, but
so I saw the memes. I admittedly just did not care enough to look into the story. I agree, nothing wrong with cross-dressing, but there's always something wrong with the hypocrisy,
yes.
especially of the conservative movement. So I just looked at it like, mm,
Yeah.
again.
Yep. Yeah. So no, I was like, I've been seeing a lot of videos on TikTok of like Saucy Santana just like twirling his breasts or their breasts. I'm not sure of Santana's pronouns,
That's
but
hilarious.
yeah. And so it's like, and them saying this is Kristi Noem's husband, which I think is really funny. So I was like, and if
Do
you,
you know the story of this? Like, I don't even understand what.
so I can tell you the story. This
Okay.
is from TMZ. So again, we always consider the sources that we are
Yes.
presenting to you, but TMZ evidently broke this story, and they said that this is verbatim. I'll put the article in the show notes. Kristi Noem's cross-dressing husband might have been exposed by an undocumented immigrant seeking retribution over President Trump's Department of Homeland Security policies. Here's the deal. Axios White House reporter Mark Caputo posted on X Tuesday that he received a in parentheses or in quotes, weird tip in February about Byron Noem's secret gender-bending impulses, which include photographing himself wearing huge fake breasts and pink spandex shorts. But get this, Caputo says the tipster was an immigrant sex worker who was possibly in the country illegally and wanted to go public about Noem's husband using her services online. It was vengeance for DHS, Department of Homeland Security's immigration enforcement. So yeah, so and then it continues on. According to the story, Byron entered the bizarre fetish world of bimbofication, where adults use saline to enlarge fake breasts to become a Barbie doll-like character. And have you seen all the plastic surgery that Kristi Noem has had over the years? She has not always looked like what she does now. She looked like a very simple, humble, Midwestern mom for a while.
To be honest, a lot of the MAGA women, to me, I can't keep up. Like,
Yeah.
when I found out that the Caroline Levin or whatever
Oh, she's
is not even 30,
yeah.
I said, "Hate ages you worse than the sun." So I really honestly, nothing shocks me at the looks department.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm a believer in that. Hate ages you like no other. So,
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
No,
I mean, my thoughts on that whole thing with I don't I don't care. I never heard of gamification, but, like, again, don't really care. I can't even be sad for you because 'cause I'm like, the irony,
yeah.
the hypocrisy is just sitting there on the table. It's sitting there like elf on a shelf, so
Yes.
I mm,
Every accusation is a confession, and it's
every
hypocritical.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
because again, other people wanna put their fake titties on in peace,
Yes.
but you wanna come bug them and knock on their door,
Yes. Yes.
and I'm sure she knew about it. Listen, I'm sure that lady knew all about it. Cause where you hiding the titties? Where you hiding
Like
them?
you always are asking, Day, where you hiding the
Where you hiding
titties?
the titties?
Yeah, I know.
See,
You're always
I don't have much to say about her.
yeah, no, that's kind of
Mhm,
where I'm at too. I just thought it was kind of funny.
yeah.
But you had mentioned just hate. There's been a lot of it that's been legislated this week, and that makes
Oh
me
my
very
gosh, yes.
sad. Like I put out a Patreon only Wandering Thoughts episode. And I talked a lot about the conversion camp, the LGBTQ conversion camp ruling that came down from the Supreme Court in an 8-1 Supreme Court decision. Ketanji Brown Jackson was the only justice who dissented.
Thank you.
So yeah, thank you to Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. And what's interesting is I'm like, a lot of these cases that go to the Supreme Court that end up being legislated about LGBTQ people originate from Colorado. So
Interesting.
the Masterpiece Bakery shop was from Colorado. It's right outside Denver. The bakery that said that they would not bake a cake for a same-sex couple, and it went all the way to the Supreme Court, and they said you don't have to make this cake
Okay.
because of like your freedom of religion or whatever, or it's free speech basically. And then same thing, there was another case that in the last couple of years about a website designer, this woman from Colorado who wanted to create a company where she was designing websites, and I think maybe wedding websites. And
This sounds familiar, yeah.
yeah, and she said that she did not want to work with same-sex couples because it violated her religion. And the Supreme Court
For
said, "You know what? You can discriminate against same-sex couples." And so then again, this case was based on a Colorado law that was banning conversion therapy. And yeah, and so here we are again, someone else legislating our lives. And the fact that it was done on Transgender Day of Visibility to me
trash.
is just like the next level of cruelty. You couldn't have waited a day. You couldn't have waited a day. And then I also got to thinking,
Could have been April Fools, but yeah,
well,
maybe 2
yeah, or
months.
maybe a day early. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. 2 days.
Right. And so,
They're all trash.
yeah, it's so frustrating that, like, here we are again where people's civil rights and civil liberties are being legislated against. And I was just like, I was like, I used to, I think, be a free speech absolutist. And I do think that it's important to be able to say kind of whatever's on your mind. And I also think there needs to be some level of like tact or like community society expectations on what is like acceptable behavior, like acceptable speech, like bring shame back.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I've never considered myself a free speech absolutist. It's actually probably the thing that I wrestle with the most quietly. It's not my because while I agree with you, I understand the high side of it and the important aspect of it, especially when it comes to critiquing power. I think what becomes really frustrating is that instead of us seeing the responsibility and the privilege that that is, we take that to just be the worst of society and the worst of humanity. It's because you want to say the R word or you want to say the N word and call people slurs. It's like, darn, all this just for you to act like that.
Yeah.
And so I agree with you. In lieu of any legal component, I'm like, the right has always like cancel culture. They just wanted to cancel it on what they wanted. So I'm like, yeah, I do think that there is a purpose. It feels like cancel culture feels like oftentimes the only way that people can be held accountable for their egregious behavior. And I do feel like we have just allowed stuff has just kind of gotten wild. And the way that, like, watching the Islamophobia, the way that people in positions of power can just openly talk about how, oh, Muslims don't belong to be in the country, or just say horrible things, or to watch people defending conversion therapy, to say the crazy stuff that they say about transgender people. I'm just like, y'all are fucking weirdos. Like, I do not wake up thinking about straight people and what they got going on. I wake up thinking, I wish everybody had healthcare.
Yeah. Well, you know
I
what
would
I
love
usually do when I wake up? I toss and turn for a little bit and I do a big stretch and then I usually go,
that.
fuck. Every morning. That's my rooster, like that's my rooster morning wake up in the morning. So yeah.
I need that as an audio
Hmm.
to wake up to. But yeah, no, like, and it just frustrates me because it just shows me, and I think I take it to the next degree, and this is why I struggle with, is because I said freedom of religion has just become freedom to discriminate. And I get so frustrated as a person of faith that one, that people, this is why I'm such against a theocracy. I'm like, I don't even agree with you hoes
Yeah.
because I think what you're talking about is BS and it's hate filled and it's terrible. So I know I would never want to like live under a theocratic rule because it's not about religion. It's not about Jesus. It's about power. And you're not actually caring about what Christ says. Christ was about love and everything. What did we say? You know, you've created God in your own image when he conveniently hates everyone you do. And that's just what it feels like a lot of times
Yep.
with the evangelical Christian right fundamentalist evangelical movements. And so I was like, I find some of the most Christ-like people in non-spiritual spaces, whether it be atheist or other Buddhist or other religions. And so I'm just like, I struggle heavy right now because I think about the kids. It's like we're going backwards. And it just feels weird to be doing that in 2026. I'm like, we are 11 years away from a Burgerfeld.
Yeah. Wow.
Straight people, your marriages have not changed. Y'all are still out here cheating on each other. You're still out here being weird. You didn't none of our like there's and I think I get even more frustrated with the pick me gays where it's like, oh, none of my rights have been taken away. And I'm like, every day they submit more legislation to take them away.
Right.
Like,
To try.
if it makes you feel better, like, because you're the LGB but no T, got it. But I was like, well, they're not just worried about transgender people, they're actually trying to strip gay rights away too. But, if you want to play ignorant because it makes you feel better, sure.
Yeah.
Just don't lie. And it's just because it never stops one place. Like I was watching somebody, Laverne Cox, I think it was,
Hmm.
talking about like she was like, it's so frustrating because we know how they did transgenderism. They went and made the thing about the sports, which was first of all, none of them people actually cared about.
Right.
It was just a Trojan horse. But then it's like you take the word, oh, gender affirming care, and it's like everyone wants to think medicine, medicine. And it's like 99.9% of the time, just get a haircut,
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe change the pronouns,
Well, and they do it.
maybe get a new outfit.
Yeah, and they do it also, and that with the sports thing, they do it under the guise of fairness too,
Mhm.
which I don't like. In Colorado, again, there was a conservative group that collected enough signatures to get a statewide ballot measure here in this upcoming November to vote on the transgender sports thing issue. And I'm like,
I'm like, "Do y'all even have anybody?" That's what I think. I'm like, "How many people in Colorado are transgenders playing sports?" I
right,
would really just wanna know.
right. I can't imagine it's that many. I can't
1.
imagine it's that many. And you know
They
what?
probably didn't even know any.
No, no, no. That's the thing. And you know what's really interesting? And I think I may have talked about this too in the episode Call Me an Undercover Republican, where
You be
when I
knowing.
went to that Republican dinner
Yeah.
out in Western Colorado several months ago, they were collecting signatures for this ballot issue. And I saw people signing it. And I was like, these people
Y'all
have
are
no
weird.
idea that they are walking amongst what they espouse to be afraid of. Communists, socialists. It's that's what I am. And I was like, and I'm a queer.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sissy.
Yeah.
So it's just
Yes.
like it frustrates me because I'm just like, "Y'all are why are you so obsessed with me?" Like, I don't understand. Like, you wake up thinking it's like you think about gay sex or gay this more than I do.
Right.
And I'm supposed to be attracted to it. Like, what are you saying to me? Like, I never wake up thinking about, "Ooh, I wonder if they in the vagina today." Like, I just don't care.
No.
I have a life, and my life doesn't revolve around sex. I'm trying to eat, trying to have a good job, a career. And then I think too, what frustrated me, especially with the conversion thing, is that, like, there's so much BS talk about protect the children. I was like, but you protect the children from everything except what's actually harming them. You don't care about the Epstein class. You don't care about these people out here groping people and doing the horrible things. You don't care about them pastors and priests and people in power at the churches touching on children. But you have these imaginary boogie people who trans people don't want your kids.
No.
Drag queens don't want your kids. They're not the ones getting in trouble. It's never them
Yep.
getting in trouble. It's always the people projecting the loudest. And then it frustrates me because I'm like, conversion therapy is documented as such an egregious and horrible, harmful practice. But it's like, nope. You only want kids to be, you don't care that kids are harmed when it's to harm them for the power, for your warped sense of power and your pseudo spirituality and fake Christianity. So it's like toxic Christianity. So I'm like, It's never been about kids. We know that, but it's like to see it so openly, it's just like, please just go away. Like I'm tired of I'm at a point where I'm like, I'm genuinely I don't have much patience or niceness anymore for bigotry.
No.
And then throwing religion on it actually just makes me more upset because I'm like, any God that makes you just a horrible person, I don't respect it. And I'm tired of pretending that I'm tired of acting as though I have to. I don't want to take your rights away. I don't want to make your unlike you, I don't want to make your life horrible. I just want you to stay away from me.
Yeah.
And I want you to stop having power to hurt other people. Go in your little corner, mind your business. Like you said, bring back shame.
Yeah. Yeah. The number one killer of kids in the United States, I believe, is gun violence.
They don't give a dang about that.
No, and we haven't done anything about that. Like, we
Nothing.
don't care about life. It's very sad. I
Yeah.
I heard someone, and then we can talk about life and the death penalty.
Oh
I
my gosh.
heard someone say the other day, and I'm curious of your thoughts on this, the DLGBTQ plus community. DLGBTQ plus.
Down low, gay
Well,
vibes.
yeah, but it was like basically just adding a D in front of the L. It's still
Oh,
lesbian, but
I'm
to include the
screaming.
DLs. And I just thought it was really funny.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
you could just say GOP at the end if you
Yeah,
want to
you
do
know
that, but
what? Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah,
LGBT GOP.
I like that,
There you
actually.
go.
Yeah,
I just, because it's like after a while, there's nothing left to say.
yeah,
It's not anything that you can turn into like, ooh, it's gonna be. It's like we've already said it.
yeah,
You just like it's a choice. I think Brandon Robertson, I hope I'm not misquoting him. I think it was in that episode in the interview, it's like after a while, it's a choice to believe that, especially when it comes to reading the Bible and like as much information as there is out there about why people are wrong, about how they treat gay people or transgender people, etc. It's a choice after a while.
yeah,
Like you want to believe this and you're not interested in actually wrestling with the text. And anybody who tries to or presents evidence, you instantly shut down. And we know that people's minds are rarely ever changed during debate. It's why I've never been like, we talked about, oh, maybe we'll host debates or do that. And I'm
yeah,
like, I don't enjoy them. It's to me, nowadays, debates aren't really about accuracy or good faith or like maybe you'll change my mind. It's just like people are trying to score points and you can score points debating that have nothing to do with accuracy. It's simply stylistic. And I'm like, that just doesn't interest me. I don't want to be yelling with somebody. I'm not trying to do low blows.
no,
I, at best, would go if I felt like I could properly present an argument to an audience that maybe doesn't often hear it. Cause like you said, how often do they see a black queer man with leftist politics? But like, I just don't it doesn't excite me, like, I'm just like, "Y'all, I wanna talk about something else. I wanna be talking about how to make the world better." Instead, we're talking about why we're in Iran, hurting people, bombing stuff, in war, like, I'm just like, "This is exhausting." Like, I saw this one guy if you hear this, it is what it is. I'm not saying your name, but I know he listens sometimes. Like, he posted it was like a sticker where it's like, "Trump did this," and they were like, "Oh, living in a blue city, they throw temper tantrums like this." And I'm like, first and foremost, when 2022, 2023 was around, those same stickers were done by conservatives,
with Joe
with
Biden.
Joe Biden, because they couldn't even call him Biden, it was Brandon.
Right, oh,
They
that's
had the same
right.
stickers. So I was like,
Was it the pointing stickers at, like, the gas?
yeah, where it's like, "So and so did this because the gas was high," and I was like, first of all that's going on, that's the stupidest thing for you to, like, comment on, and then second of all, I'm like, he did do it. Like, this was an actual I said Biden, was indirectly, but I was like, "No, this was literally by Trump's own design." So,
Yeah,
it's actually more applicable while still stupid. Like, this man is the biggest con that we have seen in a very long time, and I think watching this second administration is everything that people tried to say the first one would be, and you hate to see it. And I'm just like, I don't have as much tolerance or patience for people who are just willing to go with whatever he says, "The wind blew this way." I'm like, where are your morals
yeah,
as a mother?"
yeah,
Isn't that what the lady says to show you? Where are your morals as a mother? Like, I just don't understand, like,
mm,
why y'all don't have any principles. Like, I don't care who I like as a politician. If I don't like If I'm like, "Hey, this is bad when, Trump does it," I'm not gonna magically think it's better when somebody else does it. This is not how this works for me.
Right.
Like, it's very, very rare for me to, like, change my opinion just because somebody else like, because somebody I like says it. Like, you might make me think about it and be like, "Oh, that's interesting." I can agree to disagree, but just like, I'm not gonna wake up one day and be like, "Ooh," just like Robert of them said, "Oh, well, some people
Yeah.
who might be smokers are getting healthcare, so I don't want health insurance for everybody no more." I'm like, never would come out of my
Just
mouth.
God forbid somebody gets a free deodorant, then there's
Right,
gonna
I'm
be
sorry.
quote unquote "skid row" outside the shop.
Don't
Yeah,
want hoes to be
right.
musty.
Yeah.
Didn't like must yesterday, don't like must tomorrow.
No.
Don't know what to tell you.
No. Go listen to my
I'm
Wandering Thoughts episode, become a Patreon member, and you can hear about my experience being sandwiched between two straight men on the airplane back from Chicago.
yuck.
Both yuck. Yeah. Yeah. So stinky. So stinky. But yeah,
Oh, another thing,
tell me.
because I'm about to start a new segment. Maybe if I say it on here, I
Yeah.
finally figured out what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I have 2 segments coming for y'all.
Ooh, tell
Maybe
us.
Patreon in particular, we'll see. But one is gonna be my "It's a Fool" segment, where I rant about things that are pissing me off and I think are a fool in everyday life. And I had my first one.
Yeah,
It's a
let's
fool
start
that people
let's start
come
the
yes,
segment right now.
yes. It's a fool that people come to the gym musty. Like, I don't care if you're about to work out. If you already stink before you get to the gym, wash your nuts,
Yes.
wash your cooch, lift them arms, and may soap and water have a meeting in your nether regions. I was at the gym and I was walking in, and I was like holding the door, and the person behind me was like, "Oh, thank you." And I got a sniff of the whiff, and I said, I wanted to be like, "Go back out.
Yeah.
Go back out and try again." Like, how dare you?
Yeah.
So now you're getting on all the equipment, funky.
Ugh.
You know they're gonna be running,
Yeah.
funky.
Yeah, yeah.
Like lifting their arm, doing some lat pull down, funky. And I'm just like, we've got to stop this. Bring back shame.
Mhm.
I'm sick of it. I was like, "Oh, well, they don't kink shame." We're kink shaming in 2026
We're
because
stink shaming.
we're stink shaming. I'm kink shaming because
Yeah.
I said, "Listen, I'm not saying we gotta there's a time and a place for everything. So if you have a kink for stinking, that's your business. I'm not gonna shame you for having it. I'm gonna shame you for having it in public places where other people who don't have to be there.
Yeah.
That's disrespectful. See, your right to stink has now infringed on my freedom of clean air,
This is add this to the Constitution. Thou
literally.
shalt not have your body odor infringe upon my olfactory
There you go.
sense or whatever they're
There
called.
you go.
Yeah.
And if you sprinkle while you tinkle, please be neat and
I was
clean
gonna
the
say be
seat.
a sweetie and wipe the seat, but yeah.
There you go. And I honestly think that toiletries should be like everyone should just get vouchers for toiletries.
Yeah.
We've got to let people brush their teeth, floss, mouthwash, deodorant, bath soap, water. Like I'm sorry. I'm not sorry actually.
Don't be sorry.
Climate, we've talked about this. I don't even know if Degree and Suave and them have adjusted for climate change. We are too hot these days. Record temperatures for people to be walking around funky.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we need mobile showers, get them set up.
Yeah.
Where do
Yes.
we need to
Yes.
invest? We don't need to be in war. We need to have a war against body odor and bacteria.
Mhm.
Like that's the wars I'm talking. Have wars on bad breath.
Yes. Yes. Free peppermint stations.
Free.
Yeah.
Free peppermint, free Play-Doh, free prescription deodorant,
Yeah.
free Proactive if you need it. Like, take care of people.
Yeah.
I'm tired. People are walking around and people not washing their winter coats. Free laundry
Yeah.
services. That's why they laundry coat they winter coats be funky.
Yes.
Like, free packs of what are them tank tops? Because I said people be here with the yellow pieces because it's all that funk and stuff caked up. And listen, to all the capitalist systems making deodorant, y'all out here making these deodorants. And while listen, nobody, I'm not saying that, I don't know if there's proof or not for the gangster, but baby, if it's between putting the gangster stuff in there or being funky, y'all gonna have to go back to the gangster stuff.
Yeah.
You just gonna have to worry about that in the winter because It's too hot. It's out. We are here in Bahrain temperature.
Yeah.
And y'all want to talk about some, let me just free ball it and not absolutely funky not. Absolutely funky not. We're not doing that.
Mhm.
Lift them arms and don't swipe once or twice. Swipe left, right, up, down.
Oh
Okay?
my gosh.
Get every
I
credit.
at least do probably 5 or 6 swipes every morning, and I reapply in the afternoon. Even though it's like a 48-hour deodorant, I reapply. I put it on at least twice a day. Before I leave the house, I put it on.
Because why are hoes out here trying to make it for longer days where they don't need deodorant?
Right.
I get that if you just, God forbid something happen to you out there, out and about. But like y'all be saying that like you using it as a reason not to wash at night versus like in a pinch, in an emergency, maybe you camping, which I don't believe in that because that's hoes be out there funky. But I'm just saying like a reason where, but like some of y'all are like, that's what I wanted to talk about. Speaking of bad hygiene, David,
Yeah.
did you see the video where the boy, and I'm gonna say Caucasian man because it was relevant to the discussion,
Okay.
where he was saying if you're a grown man and you're a bodybuilder, you have shit stains in your underwear. So then he goes around to all the guys in the gym
Okay.
asking, do they have poop stains?
In there.
And they're saying yes. And it was in that moment that every part of homosexuality left my body.
How okay. How often are they
Lock
changing
them
their
up.
underwear?
Lock them up. They tried to argue.
I change my underwear every like 12 hours. I
They tried to
sleep
argue
in a
like,
different pair of underwear. Like, yes.
Yeah. But no, that's the thing. He tried to argue, like, you'll do squats. So if you pass a little gas, you're going to get poop on the underwear. And again, I was like, if you have a flatulence issue, talk to your doctor. Second of all, and actually, I appreciated this one guy. He actually tried to do the handy dandy notebook work of talking about, of trying to educate these young men. He said, this is not normal. You don't have to accept this as a way of life. You can fix it. He said, some of you, he says, when you're about 3 to 5, you learn how to use some tissue. He says, as you get older, you develop hair in places. That changes things. He was like, first of all, get a bidet.
Yeah.
He was like, toilet tissue is not enough alone.
No.
He was like, all that said, he was like, you need to clean your butt.
Yeah.
Like, he's like,
But having a clean
there's no
butt is
reason.
gay day.
And that's the thing. I'm like, y'all can't even clean your butt because that's gay. Baby, I don't know what to tell you. First of all, not all the gays have a clean butt.
No, they
Let's be
don't.
honest.
No, they don't.
Let's be honest.
I
Some of them will
insist
go.
if I'm going to meet up with someone, they shower beforehand because I will shower as well. Can't do it.
I couldn't imagine showing up somewhere funky.
No.
On purpose.
No.
So then you want to turn around. So like, I appreciated that the guy tried to break down. Hey, if you have hair, you need to water. He says some people's hair follicles are open in a way that it'll trap the bacteria smell to the point that you might need to invest in manscaping materials, shave it off.
Yep.
I said, I appreciate you being more serious and taking this the way that it is. He said, because a lot of people, we don't get taught how to clean after a certain point as we go through developmental milestones. And while all of that is true, I almost said your full government. I almost said, Dave, bleep, bleep, bleep. These mother suckers got on the internet, turned the camera on, recorded it, and had other people co-sign that not one pair of drawers, but multiple pair of underwear have poop stains in them.
That's crazy. That's the thing. Whenever I have had, that's the thing. I was like, I have had poop stains in my underwear before. Like, not recently, but like in my adulthood.
An accident can
Accidentally,
happen.
absolutely. And guess what I did? Threw them away. And then I showered. Yes. And wiped myself up. It was like, yes. That's crazy.
As a person who has digestive issues, totally can agree.
Same.
They get thrown away. We don't keep them. It's not a badge of honor. And it's not something that I expect to see every time I pull my pants. Baby, I squat with a deep squat on my bad knee And never have I ever looked at my drawers and been like, "Oh, wow, surprise, surprise."
Yeah.
If you're surprising yourself, that's because you're not cleaning yourself.
Mm,
And I mean, that also lets me know that your balls smell like doo-doo
yes.
because all of that stuff is sitting there together. Actually, I'm getting more mad now that I think about it because now y'all sitting up in some young lady or some man face, dangling them jokers, telling them the tea bag,
Yeah.
smelling like I don't
And
even
it's
smelling like the swamp that Shrek lived
ugh,
at. Like, I just don't
yeah.
know what to tell y'all. There's no way. I'm actually getting upset about this because it's an epidemic, and I honestly believe that this is, to me, it's incel adjacent. Call me problematic.
Ooh, I like this. This is
Call
a
me
hot take.
problematic.
Yeah.
It's giving me very red pill manosphere, incel adjacent to have doodle stains consistently in your drawers, and you're not cleaning good. Because there's no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
Can I tell
Lift your
you,
legs.
I love this segment. I love
It's
this
a fool.
segment, and I think this needs to be
Thank you.
a regular
Thank you.
occurring segment.
Well, you hear it here first. It's a fool coming to social media near you
Yeah.
because I'm getting tired, y'all.
Oh,
Stuff is getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand.
yeah. I love
Maybe I'll
this.
do one about Nick Cannon and
Yeah.
stuff like that, these MAGA celebrities. Maybe my next It's a Fool will be about them.
Yes. That would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
I'll
love that
save that
because
for
I know
that
you were
because we
saying
have
that
so much.
you were you had some thoughts on MAGA celebrities. I've been following the Afro Man trial. And have you been
Ooh,
following this? The
no,
music has been
I
so funny.
haven't.
The music is so good. I'll put like a couple of fun songs in the show notes. But it was about like this corrupt like sheriff's department that like went into his home without a warrant. And so like in Ohio, I believe. But people and so like people are sending these like sheriff's departments, the Adams County Sheriff, which there's also an Adams County Sheriff right outside, or like in Adams County right outside of Denver. And actually, a little sliver of Denver is actually in Adams County, but it like borders Denver. And they've been sending lemon pound cakes to these different sheriff's departments because there was this one cop that came into the house and like gave a double take of this like lemon pound cake that was sitting on his counter. It's so funny. And then like there's another song called like Lick 'em Up Lisa, which is this other like who like cut the cord on his like internet and like it's just the whole thing. But I was like, I think he won. I think he won his case like recently. But yeah, I've been following that. But then someone also told me that he was MAGA, and I was like, I haven't confirmed it, but I don't know. But I was like, but he's also been like very like kind of anti-government, and like so I was like, I don't know, maybe he's like just super lefty because he came up with like the because I got high. Because that's the thing people have told me before. They're when I was like, we need to start seceding. Death to America. We need to start seceding from the Union. Like, and I was like, but I've also talked about other concerns with that. And like people will be like, that's a MAGA talking point. And I'm like, is it? But I was like, why are we letting this like abstract, arbitrary entity tell us that we have rights or that like we have a right to exist? It's yeah.
That's another episode because honestly, the more every day I feel like Thanos was right. He might have been onto something. When I saw that them doodoo bandit people,
Yeah.
that's when I knew. I said, "Oh, we're not working with all our faculties anymore. We need to have children. Some children might have needed to get left behind. Some of them needed to get left behind so they could learn something."
Mm-hmm.
So
Hold them
honestly,
back.
I think hold them back. Bring back failing. Okay,
Ooh.
there's so much. There are life lessons in failure. So bring back failing. So yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna go with that there because as we wind down to this, I just want y'all to know it just bothers me so much that people are out here with doodle in their drawers, bothering Afro Man because I just feel like he don't bother nobody
No.
because he high.
Yeah, exactly.
We are focusing on gay people trying to convert them. Just because they said no to you, Teresa, doesn't mean that you're just because they don't like you because they gay, doesn't mean they're gonna get with you after conversion. You might be the reason. Honestly, he's probably happy he don't like girls. Anyways,
Yeah.
we bothering transgender people because these Republicans are upset they can't wear their dresses in public. or a Kristi Noem husband can't put them titties on. Titties at the top and dick at the bottom, to quote friend of the podcast, Sun Key Angel. Love you, boo. Like, I'm tired, friend. Like, leave people alone. Give us healthcare, education, get out of wars. All this stuff that actually means something. And y'all want us over here fighting about stuff. Nobody's, your marriage, Susan, has no bearing on my life. Because I don't like you or your husband. So I don't
Husband probably
care.
tried to hit on you.
Literally,
Yeah.
you're lucky that I keep telling him no.
Right?
So again, leave me alone. I don't care about you and your open marriage, your delusional marriage. I don't care.
Yeah.
If you want to peg your husband, peg him in
Peg
peace.
him. Peg him.
Peg him. I will support you in the pegging of your husband if you leave us alone.
Absolutely.
Banning them sodomy laws is not going to stop your husband from wanting to bend over. It's not.
No.
And he's not doing the bending. And that's okay, because there's nothing wrong. If that's the agreement that y'all came upon. Listen, your husband will probably tell you he want to be bent over, and for you to do it if you would stop the homophobia.
Yeah.
Well, homophobia is affecting the straights. They're not okay.
No.
Because all they think about is something gay, which as a gay man, I never think about.
No.
Because I don't care. Just like I don't think, ooh, can't watch the sports, that's too straight. That sounds stupid.
Yeah. I only really watch curling. That's my favorite sport.
Yeah. You know, I am a fan of, I do enjoy some good tennis. I enjoy bowling, volleyball. Like, there's certain sports I can watch, and then others I have to play.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You know, I was the
Yes,
Gearing
I'm
High
like,
School 10th grade gym ping pong champion.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were a pong finger.
Famously.
Famously.
Famous pong finger. Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah. Well, should we wrap up there?
you know, it feels like a good place.
Perfect. Well, if you enjoyed this episode, feel free to share it with a friend. Rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or the platform where you listen. Get in touch with us at Call Me Limbo Pod on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Threads. Send us an email at callmelimbopod@gmail.com. Go read our Substack. You can also sign up for emails for the Substack because we've been emailing out the podcast episodes too. So if you want to get alerted that way, you can. callmelimbopod.substack.com. And we are in the beginning of the spring subscription season. And that's why we need you to become a Patreon member to support our work. Patreon.com/callmelimbopod. Go to the website. It'll be a little cheaper for you, but we still end up receiving the same amount of funds. So yeah, patreon.com/callmelimbopod. Get early access to the episodes, the full video episodes, monthly Wandering Thoughts episodes, and who knows what else is coming. But
Listen, I'm trying to be consistent, y'all. I'm trying to figure out my life so I can give y'all what you need.
we're doing things. We're doing the
So I'm
best we
gonna
can.
try.
We're doing the best we can with what we got.
Literally me. So yeah, thank y'all so much for listening.
But and we got to do Venmo and Cash App too. So at Call Me Limbo Pod. And Day, I can't let you go without telling you what I always say. Spread like butter, boys. I was on the airplane at the airport train in Denver coming back from Chicago over the weekend, and there was like a high school athletic team, boys, coming into the train. They were all entering all at the same time, and one of them goes, just to like make room, goes, "Spread like butter, boys." And I just like immediately texted it to myself because I was like, this is so funny. And then I was also in the bus. Yeah, I was also in the bus headed to the Cubs game with a friend of the podcast, Lindsay Tallman, on Saturday. And some guy was super bro. He goes, you know, as soon as I get to the stadium, I need a bev to activate. I was like,
sir,
it just made me feel
transitioning, sir? Look, are you transitioning, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
It just made me feel so sad for straight women. Oh, so.
And I'm here. I was thinking we got it bad, which we do, but dang.
Yeah.
The lot. The pick. It might be men.
I think it's just men. Yeah. I think it's just men.
And it might not be, because people are, oh, how you say that? I was like, as a man, I can tell you.
Yes.
It might not be all of us.
Yes.
It's too many of us.
Yeah.
It's too many of us.
Yes. And to our friends overseas as well, in Europe who are listening, because we've had listeners in 103 countries. Buy
That's
yourself
right.
a loofah or a washcloth, because when Day and I
Please.
visited a couple of years ago, there was not a washcloth to be found. We had to use
Nowhere.
hand towels to scrub ourselves.
Yep.
Yeah.
'Cause you're not getting it good. You're not
No.
getting in the crevices. You have to there's something about that exfoliation spirit. Y'all not exfoliating your skin, that's why it's so dry.
Yeah. Yes.
You're just out here rubbing water and soap. Listen, I'm glad that you're using soap because we've learned that people don't do that,
Yep.
but you're not getting the dirt off good.
No. And then put lotion on afterward. That's the thing. I almost monetized my lotion, my moisturizing routine during COVID by becoming an OnlyFans boy. And I had
Okay.
they didn't accept my profile because they said my social media was Bernie's Medicare for All platform. So
And on that note, people, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. And remember, when they go
we
low,
shake our titties like Kristi Noem's husband. Call me limbo. Goodbye.